Hello and welcome to Top Fives, the show of everything. Top Fives, presented by the Sex Effects. I'm Joey Prati,
And I'm Sean Day.
and folks, we have a damn good show planned for you this evening.
Yeah.
I'm so confident in this.
Damn good show.
Damn good show. Before we get to all the goodness, Jonathan, how are you, my friend?
Doing okay, man. It was Thanksgiving week last week, and I was able to go home since it's been like a few months since March, I think, when all the closures were happening. So yeah, got to hang out with my family. It's been like a minute since I've seen them. It was just such a great trip, and especially just kind of all the things that have been happening the last few weeks. It was just nice to kind of be with family and do that, and socially distance outside of that too as well. But yeah, and then also we got to hang out too, man. We got to see each other.
We did get to hang out. Yeah.
One night for brewski, and then another one for a little jam /recording session with our old band Blind Issues. Of course, Blind Issues is Joey and I, and we have my brother Simon Day and our homie Andrew Hopkins, who's been on the show a few times. So and yeah, we recorded
episode 200.
Episode
you can
200,
check out all four of us together talking for like 3 hours. It's a good time.
That was a good time. We definitely got to do that again. That was so much
We
fun.
do.
But yeah, dude, it was so much fun. I had such a good time just being back home. It would feel like refreshed coming back. And then recording we have a new song that we're working on right now with Blind Issues, and we've been talking about doing a little single release, maybe a duo single release.
A 1-2 punch.
Yeah, but it was so much fun,
Yeah.
and we've both expressed. I think all of us expressed how awesome the recording session went. The song came out. Just being able to like play and write music again with you guys. So it was so much fun. And,
Yeah.
such a good kind of trip down memory lane as far as just kind of. I mean, we've been a band for years, man, and it's so cool that we're able to still get together. And
Almost
play.
20 years.
Almost 20 years, dude. Just like some of the bands that we used to follow, dude. Like,
It's wild.
It's
wild.
crazy, dude. So I'm super happy that we got to just hang out for a bit, even during these times, and now excited to release some music, hopefully in the future for Blind Issues. So
Coming soon to a Spotify near you.
to a Spotify near y'all.
Maybe, hopefully. We'll find out.
Yeah. But that's pretty much been the last week, and then just starting this week into December. So, but yeah.
Yes, it's December.
It is December.
It's December.
It kind of feels
What?
like it. I'm in my sweater, just kind of chilling. But
Look at us, huh?
Yeah,
The white with
sweater
the white
boys, yo.
laces, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is actually a hand me up from my brother Simon. Which
This is a gift from my brother.
yeah. My brother just like dresses way cooler than I do, so I'm like every now and then.
Same, yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, do you have any like sweaters you're trying to get rid of or things?
Hook it the fuck up.
Hook it
Jesus.
up, bro. So, but yeah, Simon, miss you, man. We'll have to have you on the show again too, as well. But Joey, how are you doing, man? How's your week been since I last saw you?
It's been good, man. It's been fine. It's been a week.
It's been a week. What a week.
Obviously, the high point was recording that tune with you fine fellas. But yeah, it's been back to the grindstones, and just trying to make the most of it. It's been freezing.
Oh yeah.
It's been
cold.
cold. It's been cold.
Cold.
But yeah, not bad. Poor Marty. Marty just shakes. He gets so cold, he just shakes.
Oh.
And there's a pet store down the street, so I took him to get a sweater. $60 fucking. But he looks spitting image like Chris Evans in Knives Out, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty dope.
Getting comfy with the.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I got to hang out with my
not bad.
brother's dog Draco this last week, and man,
I like Draco.
Draco
I
was
like
so
Draco
cool,
a lot.
man. He was a star, and yeah, he's I have cats here, and there's like one dog in our house, a little Chihuahua, but it is kind of cool, like being able to hang out and just like, oh yeah, just have my brother's got 2 dogs, and he's like just a lot of fun, dude. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I really liked Draco. Louis, likes to bite me, and bark at me, but Draco likes to lick me, and you know what? I'll take that.
We'll
I'll
take
take
it,
that
right?
any day of the week. Yeah, absolutely. Jesus.
But yeah,
But
man, exciting times right now, dude. Exciting.
exciting times. Yes. Yeah, I'm really excited to kind of debut these new songs for the Dear
Yeah.
Sweet Lovely Imaginary audience. That'll be fun.
You know what? Honestly, we should
That'll be a lot
have
of fun.
I think this would be a good opportunity when we get it out, is to do like a listening party or something, and do like a stream with the guys. Maybe we'll do it
With
with
the
some
boys.
with the
Yes.
boys. So
I'm into that.
that'd be really
Into
cool,
that.
actually. And actually,
Yeah.
that would be a cool show to do if we did like a blind issue centric show where maybe we talk about, or maybe pull up some of our old, music, and maybe kind of go
Oh,
down memory lane or something. So we'll see. We'll
that could be
see.
fun. That could be fun. Why not?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll
What the
figure
hell
out
not?
something for that. But that'll be really
Yeah.
cool. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So,
Yeah. It's Sean's Magician. It came out
hey,
very well. Um,
yeah, man.
excuse me.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm thinking about oh god, we haven't podcasted. I was on I gotta give a shout out. Primetime Travi T had me on his primetime show. And it was great. So, member of the kind of debatable podcast network. We got to have him on really soon. So check that out. Got to give a shout out to
Shout out, man.
it was awesome. It was a good time. Anyway, because yeah, it's been we did a bye week. We didn't record last week. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else we've missed in the
happened, yeah.
interim.
Yeah. Any pop culture news of some sort?
There's some pop culture news. Elliot Page. It's now Elliot Page. Have you heard this? This happened today.
I read that. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
I saw.
congratulations. Like I say to Elliot, he's embracing himself. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's and I feel like he's been very vocal about that. But this was
Mhm.
like kind of the like, oh yeah, this is I know it's weird to say like announcement, but like,
No, I mean it was right.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but yeah, so that was just
got some of the chat right here.
yes. Tracy McGravy 3030 says, "Does Juno pass the Bechtel test anymore?" I'm gonna say it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't seen Juno in a
I did not like Juno.
yeah.
I did not like the dialogue of Juno. It pissed me off. When because everyone was like, "Oh, it's so realistic. It's so like this is how teenagers talk." No, it's not. She interrupts someone, goes and silencio, old man, and I go, who says this? Not I, Rabbi. It pissed me off. Anyway, yeah, Juno's I feel overrated. Anyway, I'm sure maybe I would feel differently now. I'm a bit more mature, but not by much. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? What else? Oh, I started reading reviews for Coppola's recut of The Godfather Part 3,
Okay.
The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. That's the name of it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
the Godfather Part 3, Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. I'm so excited. It sounds like they just cut out the big boring party at the very beginning of the film. It sounds like most of the changes happen in the first 20 minutes. But I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm really excited for it. Have you seen the third Godfather?
I don't think I have, and I'm kind of curious now to, I've heard some mixed things about it for sure. So
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
And there's a whole incest plot. And Sofia Coppola is everything that you've heard. I don't know.
I'll check it out. Honestly, if
Yeah.
it's like a different cut of the movie, that's even makes me interested to see it. If it'd be any better, who knows? We'll see. We got Mr. Conti. Oh, hey, dude.
Mr. Conti, our boy. What up?
What's
What
up, man?
Michael?
Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Thank you for tuning in all the way from Texas. Michael just moved to Texas.
Texas. Nice.
Yeah, we got to hang out. He came by my place like 8 in the morning a few weeks ago, right before we moved, and walked into North Beach. Had some. I want to say brunch, but really it was breakfast time, and walked back up the hill, and it was beautiful. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in, my friend. I hope you're living it up in the Big T.
The Big T. Stay streaming, boys. Yeah.
Oh yes. Now that we're in the streaming world,
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Can't really go back. Can't really turn back time.
Hey.
You know.
This is how it
Jonathan,
is. Mr.
This is how it is. We don't edit our shows anymore. You guys get all of this.
That's truly unfiltered.
You guys get all of this. Yeah. Poor fucking bastards. Jonathan, you want to start out with some lists, bud? What do you want to get into first?
Yeah,
tonight?
let's hit some lists. I'll go first. This is kind of a revisited list that we've probably talked about in the past before, but I figured some of these lists we're probably going to get back to because we've probably watched different things or different movies over time, and we've probably adjusted our list. And so I'm going to go top 5 documentaries for tonight. Yeah, top 5 documentaries. So Joey, what are your top 5 documentaries?
This is very difficult, and I'm going to tell you right now. I think we need to have we need to revisit this because there's subgenres within the documentary genre. There's crime documentaries. There's music documentaries. I started writing down just documentaries that I loved off the top of my head, and you can see it took a whole list, yeah. But we're gonna go for it. These are the 5 that came to my head immediately. So I'm going to go with those tonight.
All right.
Hoping that we get to revisit documentaries in the future. Number 5, I'm going to go with Hearts of Darkness.
Hearts of Darkness. I don't think I've seen this one. Which one's this one?
I don't want to get her name wrong, and I also don't want to refer to her as someone's wife. So why is it? Here we go. Eleanor Coppola. So Francis Ford Coppola's wife did this documentary while they were in the Philippines shooting Apocalypse Now.
Oh.
Now the documentary didn't come out till like 91.
Yeah.
But I think this documentary is more entertaining, more fascinating than Apocalypse Now. It's about all of the people, especially Francis Ford Coppola, just losing their minds in the jungle.
Whoa, interesting. Okay.
Everyone's just going nuts. And everything you hear about the production of this movie is just that it was all excess. No one was saying no to anything. So it's fascinating, and if you haven't seen it, highly recommend. And if you like Apocalypse Now,
you have to
you gotta watch this movie. I once did. I watched Apocalypse Now, and then I watched Apocalypse Now with commentary, and then I watched Hearts of Darkness, and then I watched Hearts of Darkness with commentary.
Whoa! What? Okay.
I don't recommend it. It's great, but then you're like this.
What? Yeah. That's a lot of commentaries right there.
A lot of commentaries. Yeah. Number 4. This is. I'm giving myself a 3-way tie because they're all Scorsese.
Okay.
Now, usually I choose A Personal Journey with Martin Scorsese through American movies, which is a brilliant documentary. It's like a 4-part documentary, and it focuses on different aspects of filmmaking or different aspects of the director. from the dawn of filmmaking in the 1890s all the way up to the 1960s. He stopped when he stopped kind of the parameters were the 1890s through the 60s, because that's when he started making films, and he didn't feel that he could really talk objectively about that era.
Okay.
But it's you know, Scorsese not only is, I think, the greatest filmmaker alive, he's the greatest film historian ever. And so having a documentary with him talking about movies is, you know, you're learning from the greatest teacher ever. It's great. But he's made so many documentaries throughout his career, and there's 2 on the release, the new Criterion Scorsese Shorts release. One is American Boy, and that is a profile of Stephen Prince. He's this guy who just has just wild stories, and one of those stories is actually the story from Pulp Fiction, where they go back to the drug dealer's house, and he has the magic marker, and Tarantino stole that from this documentary. And it's just Scorsese hanging out with this guy on a couch, and they're just telling stories, or the guy's telling stories.
That's so cool.
Nothing to it. It's beautiful. It's great. And then the other one is Italian American. It's just Scorsese hanging at home with his parents, and his dad is like, oh, you know, and then the Irish used to be over on that block, and then his mom in the kitchen making meatballs. It's wonderful. You know, they talk about the immigrant experience and the early American experience. Really wonderful. Anyway, that's my three-way tie. I'm talking quick so we can. Woo. Number 3, Ken Burns' Prohibition.
Prohibition. All right.
This is, usually Ken Burns documentaries can be 9, 12 parts, each part being like 2 hours long. This is 3-part series. So it's, but it covers Prohibition, and it covers kind of that era of, the music and the fashion and, all of it. It's really, really wonderful stuff. I wrote a screenplay set in the Prohibition era, and watched this documentary as kind of research, and it was probably my favorite part of writing that screenplay was watching this documentary. So number 2, I walked in one day to we lived like a sitcom in college. Your door was always unlocked, my door was always unlocked. We were just walking in and out of each other's places. And I walk in, and you and Miles were on the couch. You guys had just started King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. It has since become one of my all-time favorite documentaries. It's the story of Steve Wiebe, who gets laid off from his job. By all accounts, a super nice guy, just can never really, and so while he's looking for work, he's determined to get the world record on a Donkey Kong arcade machine, and he does it. But Billy Mitchell, fucking Billy Mitchell, is the previous record holder, and all of the people who hang out at arcades worship this guy, and try to discredit Steve's record. And it's a fascinating, it's like such a good versus evil story.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't. No, go for it.
I was gonna say, as simple as just like a just a record for this game for for the arcade game. So it's like, it's such a simple thing, but it becomes such a competitive thing, and of course,
it becomes this operatic. It's a good versus evil story. Yeah. It's beautiful, and it doesn't feel like a documentary. It feels like just a narrative piece of filmmaking. And I do wonder how much of the story was manipulated in post, and if it all played out exactly as is. But it's very good, very good.
He's that guy is definitely a pretty good. He seems like a good arch nemesis in the film.
Billy Mitchell. He's up there with my favorite villains of all time.
He's got an interesting look
Lecter.
too, from what I remember.
He does. The long hair, the American flag tie. He sells his hot sauce. He sells himself.
Man, yeah, that's a good documentary, man. I might have to.
It's a very good documentary. Yeah. And then number 1. Your dad took us to the theater to see this movie, End of the Century, the story of the Ramones. Wow. I think this doc was made over 8 years. And, I mean, the first half of it is all about forming the band and, life on the road and all this stuff. And the middle piece that kind of carries it through the end is kind of a 2-parter, which is Joey Ramone's girl left him for Johnny, which caused they didn't speak for like 10, 15 years, even though they were still playing in the band together. And the other part of it is the Ramones never hit it big while they were around. They'd go to Brazil and play sold out stadiums and then come back to America and play these little bars. It was very sad. But it's all of their personalities are on full display, and they're all characters in their own right. And then, you're just listening to Ramones music for 2 hours. So it's pretty fucking good, but yeah, I can't recommend that documentary enough. It's my favorite.
It's such a good doc, man. Yeah, it does make you kind of like, I want to listen to Ramones for the rest of the day. Like,
for the fucking year.
But yeah. Dude, I love the list. I've seen a few of those documentaries, but I haven't seen some of the Scorsese ones you were mentioning. So very interesting.
They're quite good. They're quite good. That.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna try to take a note from what you mentioned and try to watch one of these documentaries I haven't seen yet, because that's what I always love about documentaries. You just you can learn something completely new about.
It's all learning. It's all
learning, everyone. And then to try to
Who
get
doesn't
different
love to learn?
perspectives and stuff. But there's a lot of interesting stuff out there as far as documentaries.
I'm excited to hear your list.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I was looking at some of the. I think we did like music documentaries, so there's a few that I have on here that are probably from that list. But for number 5, I actually watched this one recently, and not gonna preface this. I'm not saying I believe in UFOs or I do or do not believe in UFOs, but this documentary called The Phenomenon, which came out this year. It pretty much interviews pretty much all the eyewitness. It talks about all the eyewitness like UFO events like in the last since like the 50s or whatever. And then it talks about with current government officials and just people who have just had those experiences with unidentified flying objects, I would say. And I don't know, man. I feel like there's something else out there, and I don't know. It's like one of the most recent like UFO documentaries, so it kind of catches you up on stuff that's happened in the last years.
That's cool.
I don't know if I'm I just don't. For me, I'll see it to believe it kind of thing. But
are you very into those types of that subject matter? Because I have a recommendation if you are.
I'm open to it. I don't say it's like the thing I watch all the time.
Sure.
There's only so much I feel with like the kind of UFO stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm always open to recommendations. What do you think?
I forget the like proper title, but this guy's name was Bob Lazar.
Okay.
And it's called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. Came out in 2018. I heard about him through the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay.
And, you listen to some of these people and you're like, this guy, I believe 1,000%. And he actually worked at Area 50, not Area 51, but an area near Area 51. And he worked on these crafts, these UFOs.
Crazy.
And it's fascinating. Like there's things that he's been talking about for 30 years. And the government's like, no, that they've in the past couple of years have declassified, and people are going, shit, he was right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then, I mean, and I guess in light of all the like recent, releases from our government, I guess I know those like those like naval planes that caught the flying object like a few years ago, and then they released that video like I don't know if it was like last year or 2 years ago, something like that, and then like the government finally said like, yeah, we're telling you that this is an unidentified object, whether or not it's from Earth or not, we don't know, but
Yeah.
there's something else that we don't know about, like that's flying around. But I don't know. I maybe for me, I'm fascinated with like, of course, I mean, we could be the only ones here, or there's like probably someone else out there, who knows? And maybe it's just that mystery that kind of intrigues me with the documentaries. And
did you ever have Mr. Bear as a teacher?
No,
at Reardon?
I was the band kid. So I had,
oh, you had Ross.
Yeah.
So Mr. Bear's whole thing was, are we that arrogant to think we're the only ones? That's always stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
I don't know. I love the phrasing of that,
Yeah. And it's just, who knows, man. But I tell you what, though, we have like Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 doing like his
Tom DeLonge
To the Stars Academy, which their kind of preface with their company is like, we're going to be the ones to help introduce when UFOs or aliens or whatever come to Earth, we're going to be the place to like help you transition and know about these things. But it still blows my mind that Tom DeLonge is behind that kind of stuff.
It blows my mind that he's working with the fucking government. That dude
too,
talks about toilet paper and buttholes,
That too.
Come on.
But it's a mystery, and that's probably why I'm just so intrigued by like those kind of documentaries. And it's interesting, like when you see like some like photographic evidence. And but it's also stories and people's experiences, and like I think in that documentary there was just before I go to the next one, there was this I think they were like a elementary school class in New Zealand, I think in the maybe the 60s or 70s, and all of these kids, about like maybe like 20 to 30 kids, were outside playing in the like for recess or whatever, and they all witnessed a flying object, and this is like 30 people, and as adults they interview them, and they all have them like kind of like a reunion. They all have them come back and talk about it, and they all remember and describe the same thing, and it just like blows my mind. Like, man, like 30 people saw this thing. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's like stuff like that. But I'm still, I've got my,
It blows my mind that more people don't, to be honest.
Yeah, right. I mean, I believe I've seen some stuff. I don't know, man. It could be like a satellite or something, but I've seen something that's not a plane for sure. But
yeah,
you never know. You just don't know what it is. So, anyways,
you don't know.
Number 5, Phenomenon.
Know.
Check it out, guys.
That's the point, kids.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't. You might think, but you don't. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go
on. Number 4, I've got a Lego Brickumentary. That's
ooh, I did like this one. Yes.
Came out in 2014. I mean, Joey and I grew up building Legos. I mean, I was like even thinking about the other day getting a little Lego set and just building some, just out of.
At least we're talking about getting a big ass Lego set. You're like, you want to go spend like some coin and get like the Millennium Falcon? We played with that idea for.
Might have to, man. So I mean, this documentary is great. It's everything you could ask for from a Lego documentary. Talking about the company behind Legos. I did not know this. Like, Lego was going to go bankrupt for a moment, and they were very they were obviously, especially starting out so early, they were kind of leading with the toys and the toy companies and stuff like that. And then, just so many other toys and different types of consumables for kids and stuff were were coming out, and they almost went bankrupt until they started getting some of those licensing deals with like movies and being able to incorporate other characters from kind of franchises or whatnot. But I just love this documentary. One, it's like, how cool would it be to like work at Lego and be like a Lego employee? And it looks, I mean, the place, the current campus right now, I mean, it looks something out of like, like a Google campus thing. It's just so lively, and you could tell it looks like a very fun and interesting place to work at. And it's great. It's just a little mini history on Lego and kind of how they started and what they were into and what they were doing, and kind of the early Lego sets they made, very kind of traditional, like fire truck station or like log home. It's funny how they've just totally catapulted and are still very current and widely popular today, as adults want to talk about building Legos, you know what I mean? So but yeah, it was such a good documentary, and if you want to get back into building some Legos and just kind of know a little bit more about it, yeah, there you go.
Love that.
Let's see here. I've got number 3. This one is actually one that my dad showed me. It's a documentary called Made in Sheffield, which came out, I believe, in 2004. It's a documentary that centers around Sheffield, England, which is where my dad's from, and the kind of music scene that was happening within the 70s, 80s, and on. And it's great. It kind of focuses on some bands, the Human League, ABC, who else? I'm just trying to think. Like Pulp, like some of those kind of big bands at that time.
Cocker?
Joe Cocker. Yeah. So there's a lot of the Sheffield scene bands, but also their influence, and I think on a lot of music and kind of the scene around that time. And it's just such a great documentary, and it talks with a few it interviews a few of the musicians from those bands, and it's great. We've been to Sheffield, Joey and I, so like it's really cool to see the the kind of birth of a lot of different kind of music, and I feel like a lot of stuff. I think a lot of people owe it to Sheffield, I think, for some of the music that was coming out at the time. So yeah, great documentary, and I highly recommend it. And it's kind of a cool little music doc right there. So yeah,
love it.
Sheffield. And then my last two are still music ones. So I usually tend to kind of go, as I kind of go more music. But number 2, I think I had this on my previous list, but it's It Might Get Loud, which came out in 2008. This was pretty much a documentary sit down with Jack White from the White Stripes. Oh God, I'm blanking. The Edge from U2, and oh my God, I'm blanking so hard. From Jimmy Page. Yeah, Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. So yeah,
get the lead out.
It's great because it's three different kind of musicians, especially from like different time periods, styles and everything, and it's just them like just sitting down in a room and like talking about their kind of musical background, and how they kind of got started in music, and how kind of their influence, how they were able to influence a lot of what music was coming out. So it's great to just see like these three like almost like legendary dudes sit down in a room together, and they have like 3 different playing styles. But it's funny because you can kind of root back to like everyone kind of brings especially when there's different generations, where like Jimmy Page, a lot of probably Jack White's influences from him, as far as like guitar player and rock and roll, and it's just great to kind of see that like interaction happen, and just like you see Jack White just like almost he's just like, I can't believe I'm in the room with Jimmy Page, and like we're jamming and like and talking about their experiences, and it's great just to get like an idea of where they all came from. So yeah, It Might Get Loud.
Wonderful.
And then my number one, which I think has been my number one documentary for a while, Standing in the Shadows of Motown, man. It's a documentary about the Motown music label, but also the band the Funk Brothers, which was the band behind a lot of the music, the session players who played on a lot of those records, those Motown records. And, it's great because I think a lot of people didn't know about the band because, a lot of people kind of were focused on, obviously, the artists that were singing and kind of highlighted in there, but they brought such amazing music and identity, I feel, to the Motown sound, and it's just a great documentary. And what's cool about it too is they did like a reunion show, so they kind of interlace different performances from that show, and just kind of interviewing some of the people in the band, and it is truly like a tight knit like group where they were able to really play and kind of jam off each other, and it's great. It's good that they did a documentary to highlight this band, and I feel like sometimes session players kind of get sidelined sometimes as far as just like, yeah, these are the guys behind like creating some of that that music, and it's just great to be able to see that. So yeah.
Right on.
In the Shadows of Motown.
I love that. I got to check that out. I got to check all these out. Made in Sheffield, especially.
Yeah.
I did see a Lego Brickumentary.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was such a good one, man. I'm really happy I found that. And it made me want to build Legos right after. I was like, damn, I kind of want to go like down to Target or something. Just grab like
My dad threw out all my Legos. I've talked about that before, but I'm still not over it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if my mom saved any. I feel like she probably donated them too. It's stuff like this.
Well, I think donate is better. My dad straight up threw mine away.
Oh no,
they're in a fucking landfill.
It's cool, man. We'll someday do a Lego build or something. Actually, that'd be kind of a cool little. I think that'd be a cool little thing.
That's what I want for Christmas.
I know, dude. I know that's
shit. I gotta change my list around. Yeah. Ooh. I'm taking off Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Ooh.
All right. I'm ready to go. Jonathan, we lead into our next list. What are the top 5 things on your Christmas wish list this year? We're in December. We're past Thanksgiving. We're past the time of being thankful for what we have. Now we're all about what we want. So,
man,
what do you want this year, man?
It's so
aside from a peaceful transition of power.
Yeah, I feel you, right? Man, I mean, it's funny. Like, usually I tend to go for like music gear and instrument kind of stuff, and I tend to kind of go for that too. So, I don't know. Number 5, I'm gonna go. I've got 2 items because they're kind of like the same thing, and I could go either way on them, but. I would like to get the Bose SY1 synthesizer pedal, and or / Maris Enzo pedal, and these are both guitar pedals where you can plug your guitar in, and you can get like a synthesizer sound out of it. And
that's cool. That is very cool,
dude. And it's something I've been kind of wanting to look into as far as like, I would love to like what I've been trying to do is like how can I change the guitar sound, and I feel like that is like one way to do it as far as like making it a totally different instrument in some way or form. But I've been kind of fascinated with that like concept of like making your guitar a different thing. So yeah, that's been something on my wish list, I would say, or something that I've been considering purchasing myself. So number 5, the Bose SY1 synthesizer. All these instruments have weird names, but number 5.
That sounds good.
Number 4, I've got some vinyl records on here that I kind of want to get into, but I'm just gonna name one because I don't have this album. I have yet to really collect, and I know Joey's been collecting some of the Arctic Monkeys records, but I would really love their. I don't have their first album, whatever people say, on vinyl. So I would love to grab that, and maybe I'll make it a little 2-parter too. I would love to get Favorite Worst Nightmare as well.
Same. I've got Whatever People Say I Am, but I don't have favorite, and I would like to get AM.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I think my dad got it for me a few years ago.
Nice.
I'm not sure for Christmas or my birthday or something, but yeah, that I would definitely love. I think Arctic Monkeys, we're such Arctic Monkeys fans. Like, I would love to collect all their, and they've got such great singles and like their little yeah, I'm just trying to think of like.
I've got more Arctic Monkeys 45s than I do their proper records. I've got Whatever People Say I Am, and I've got Suck It and See. And I've got like an early demo thing, and then I've got just a shit ton of singles and 45s.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've got Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, which
yeah.
I got it on vinyl. Like, I pre-ordered that on vinyl, and I got it. It's cool. It's clear vinyl. It's very cool. I wish the record itself lived up to how the record looks, but
yeah.
You know what? I re-listened to that album, maybe about a year ago. No, less than a year ago. But I was depressed, and I threw it on, and I had a glass of Jameson, and I sat in the dark, and I listened to that record, and I went, I get it. I like it. Yeah. I've never listened to it again. I have no desire to go back to it, which is a bummer. I love going back to Arctic Monkeys records.
It's an interesting album, that one. And you know, I would love to hear some more music from those guys. And man, you know, I do miss I love their, you know, every band has their, you know, can do their own thing as far as like, you know, whatever direction they want to go as far as like what kind of music they're making. But I really love those first two albums from them. I mean, they're probably one of my favorite ones. And not saying they have to kind of go that direction, but you know, I like the stuff that makes you like, you know, pumped up and move. And you know, that last record was more of a, it had like just a consistent tone, I think, that just didn't really.
Everything sounded the same. It never once picked up. It never had.
Yeah, and that's for good albums, you know, I that's what for me personally, that's what I look for great albums is those peaks and valleys of different songs and stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyways, Arctic Monkeys on vinyl for sure.
Absolutely.
Number 3, this one's just kind of a it's not really a fun thing or whatever, but I'm always trying to get more
underwear.
No, underwear. I'm trying to get some more hard drives, dude, because you can't have enough hard drives, right?
This is true.
Honestly, just looking for a 5 terabyte hard drive, portable hard drive.
Damn, son.
Yeah, man.
Do you like those rugged Lakais?
I
like those.
They're cool. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like.
You're like, I'm not poor, but you know.
I mean, honestly,
I'm not a peasant.
If it's a good price, I mean, I've been doing the Western Digital stuff. That's been like,
Miles stole a Western Digital for me when he was working at Target one time, and it was just awful. It was awful. Yeah, man. I believe it was Western Digital, and I had to like break the hard drive open and get to the actual like piece of it, and like the USB wouldn't stay in. I had to like jimmy it with a like a pocket knife.
Oh, okay.
So I had to wedge it and then like not move while I was transferring everything off of that thing. Yeah. And then of course something would move and you know, it would break down. It was awful. But
yeah, the for all the music stuff and you know like man, I'm starting to run into this issue. I've had so many like older like projects or files or whatever that like it's just accumulating, and like you know I have a 1 terabyte just for like just stuff I'm currently working on, but I have a 5 terabyte that's like legit almost full, so I'm just like trying to figure that out. So you know what, and as an adult now, and I feel like that's like what I need these days is like stuff like that. So
fair.
Hard drives, everyone. That's so super exciting, right?
There we go.
And then my last 2, I've got which is probably what I'm gonna be doing during the holidays most of the time is playing some video games for sure. played this game with my brother this last week, and he has the new Xbox, which is I got a chance to try it out, and it's pretty cool, man. I think the next gen stuff's gonna look really cool. But
what the hell is it called now?
Xbox. It's not one. That's the last one, right?
That's the last one, right? That was the Xbone. This one is.
I think it's just.
Is it Series X?
Series X or something like that. Yeah. It's an interesting looking.
It's just a box, right?
Yeah.
Which one do you get? Do you get the white one or the black one, or?
You got the black one, and you got 2 controllers.
Of course you did.
So we.
That's cool. Yeah, Series X. Series X.
Games together this last weekend.
Nice.
So we played FIFA 2020, which was, I mean, we've talked about FIFA and we've played some of the older FIFA games before.
Yeah, we did.
Dude, honestly, it's awesome. Like you could say, I mean, and I don't know, I don't really play a lot of sports games, I would say. And
how are the graphics?
It looks great, dude. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
And they have this, I don't know if they introduced this in the previous versions, but they've introduced like a they call it Volta or Volva, or I forgot what it's called, but there's a game mode where it's like street soccer. So it's you could do like 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and maybe up to 5 players, like 5-on-5. And they have like small court, like basketball court style size, or you could do like full on like field size matches. So my brother and I played that for a little bit, which I thought was a lot more fast paced. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun. You know, it's easier to kind of play, and it was so much fun. And the of course the co-op like mode of that, of being able to like pair a controller together and play together was so much fun. And but 2020 is out, but I know that 2021 is probably out already, or it's coming out. So I don't know if I want to get the new one or just kind of go with the 2020. I mean, that's kind of the thing about sports games for me is I think there's only so much you can do with a sports game, and every year like it comes out and they probably add like a few features or whatever, but it still feels like a FIFA game, which I really enjoy. And it has the same kind of mechanics. So I feel like if you've played the older ones, like you could pick it up and, pick it up real quick.
Right on.
But yeah, that was my number 2, and then my number 1. I want to get the new Miles Morales Spider-Man, dude. And
nice, dude.
I would love to pair it with a new PlayStation 5, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So
yeah.
But I think I kind of share your opinion on the next gen stuff. I definitely want to wait a little bit. But I am excited for next gen. I definitely, I've seen.
I want the slimmer models.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm having a little. I'm like, so this game. I mean, I know I would love to get Miles Morales. That's kind of my number 1. But Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out next week, I think. And that's like the most anticipated game, I think, of the last like 2 or 3 years, which is crazy.
It's because it's got Keanu.
It's got Keanu in it, yeah. But
I love Keanu.
I don't know. I would go next gen to play that game. I feel like that would be like I would.
That's fair.
I would move next to it. I would move to there.
As excited as I am to play Miles, everything I hear about is that the game's over it's like a 10-hour game.
It's a short game, right?
It's almost more like a DLC, not DLC, but it's not a full sequel. At least from what I hear. What do I know? And the map is almost identical to the first game, so it's kind of like,
yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Do I really want to spend however much money it is to get a PS? Plus, I don't want. I'm a minimalist at the moment. I don't want minimalist, but I don't want that gigantic piece of plastic on my. It doesn't even fit in my entertainment center. I'll wait until they come out with a new version of it.
What blows
that thing
my
is
mind,
hideous.
What blows my mind is both the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, like their new next gens, they're under a terabyte for like storage out the bat. And I'm just like, in this day and age, it's like I know they're trying to they're probably
not okay.
They're probably going to do external event, I think Xbox has theirs, but PlayStation will.
PS5 you can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just blows my mind, like, man, why can't you just put like more storage on this thing? Cuz like most games are like you know, like 60 to 100 gigs or something. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that was.
What's the storage on your phone right now? Because I've got the highest amount. I think I'm at. What is this? I'm going to tell you right now.
Man, I don't even know, man.
My phone is a 512 gigabyte.
Woo! Mine's probably way less than that. And you got the new iPhone, right? So.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Well, I guess pretty cool, right?
Storage is especially for, and I feel like a lot of eventually it's going to be just like all cloud streaming stuff. Although I don't think they're there yet. Yeah, I've tried like PlayStation Plus, and honestly, it does depend on like your internet and how that goes. But I don't know. Would you? Because I know you've been kind of going digital for a lot of stuff. Would you, I guess, if you were to get PlayStation 5, would you get the digital version? No. Still want the Blu-ray?
And I'll tell you why. Because of the Blu-ray player. My PS4 is my Blu-ray player. And I would like to kind of keep that tradition, but it's so fucking loud. I don't know about your PS4.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's just, like, even when I don't have a disc in, it's like, this sucks. And honestly, it's that reason alone that I would main motivation to switch.
Yeah.
Or to jump to the next gen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I feel like the PS4 was kind of a letdown of a console.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, it's stood the test of time as far as it's they've been able to release a lot of great games over the years, and also like, what I like about what they're doing is they're still porting. Some of the new releases are getting put into the next gen, but also like the Miles Morales, we get to play it on PlayStation 4. I'm glad that they're still releasing games, but eventually it's going to get to that point where it's like, all right, we're transitioning over to the next gen now. Like,
well, and that happens every generation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The first batch of games are always for both, and it's just kind of like, all right, let's do this dance, and then.
Yeah. Anyways, Joey, enough of my PlayStation madness. Joey, what are your top 5 Christmas wish list items? I'd love to get this year.
Well, let me tell you, I would love to get an Apple Trackpad.
Ooh.
I'm tired of the mouse. I want the Trackpad.
Okay. There's some cool stuff you can do with those trackpads, dude.
Very cool stuff, and I think editing would make life a lot easier.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. Number 4. Now that we're talking Legos, I want that Burton Batmobile logo.
Oh,
Lego.
What? They have the. I think I.
Yo, it's gorgeous. It's like a $200-$300 set.
Yo.
Let me find this. Thank you for listening to me, computer, knowing exactly what I was typing. It's $250.
Damn. Okay. Wow. That's
how many pieces is this bad boy? This bad boy. This bad boy is. Hold on. It is 3,306 pieces.
Whoa, that's an afternoon for sure. Sitting there building.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you in the chat so you can gush over this thing. Yeah.
I'm so down for those kind of like Lego sets. They do some really like killer. Like I saw the Millennium Falcon one, like the bigger like scaled version or whatever. And
it's gorgeous.
It's just so nuts.
Gorgeous.
And just like trying to think of like, man, like, and that kind of brings me back to that documentary of like the innovators, like the people behind like translating and creating these Legos and being able to like translate a scene from a movie or a show or whatever it is, a character, and like envision it with Lego pieces. And it like blows my mind how they're able to, they're like true sculptors in a way. Some of those Lego artists, man.
It's amazing. I built the Titanic out of spare parts one time.
What?
It stood for years. Yeah.
It stood for years.
It was double decker too, man. You could like lift it.
What?
Anyway. Oh, dude, I was fucking king of Legos, bro. Anyway.
Yo, what? This? Yeah. Oh, wow. It comes with oh, dude, that's so awesome.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that incredible?
That is so
Get me that,
clean,
and we'll be
dude.
friends forever.
Forever.
Because it's on the edge right now. It could go either way. Like this could end
Yo.
this year, or you could get me this. And
I love the wheels too. That's so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, bro. I'm
Yeah.
so into that.
I'm into it.
Cool.
Sorry.
So we got some
Good, thank you.
little Lego sets. Okay, get a little water in here.
Yeah. Number 3, I want a Fender Jazzmaster so bad. I want that white Fender Jazzmaster with the black pickguard. I think that is a statement. That is a look. That is what I want to project when we're on stage.
Dude, new guitar. I've always loved the Jazzmaster look. Like they have such a
gorgeous,
cool, classy look.
Yeah.
I like that, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For
I'm not going to get it, but I would love that.
Yeah. I want to get a bass myself, actually. I want to get a bass.
I would love to get a bass. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know. You know what? I actually saw that there. I think Fender makes them too, but like they have these like the short scale basses, so it's not like a full size bass, but it's I played one at the church gig I had, and they sound like really good, like for just a short scale bass. You know, I'm sure you're not getting all the notes on there, but sounds good.
I can hit all those notes if I want to. Dylan, Don't Look Back. That was a documentary that almost made my list.
Hey.
Have you heard me sing? I'm just as good a singer as Caruso. I can hold my breath 3 times as long if I want to.
You got a good Dylan impression, Joey. I gotta say.
I don't need Time Magazine. I feel this all twice. I don't need Time Magazine. You know, people who work during the day and can read it small. God, I love him. Anyway, number 2, I'm doing so much walking around this neighborhood, and all I got are my Chuck Taylors. So I would love a nice pair of walking shoes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Anything in particular, or just
I don't know. I don't know fashion. I don't know shoes.
Dude, honestly, I got some like running shoes. I ordered some on Amazon, dude. That's my first.
Ooh, risky.
Well, yeah, if you like with Amazon, if you do like ordering clothes online, as long as you can get like the size stuff right, and I guess the good advantage is if you wear out the shoes or whatever, you could just reorder them whenever.
But I mean, if you wear out your Chuck Taylors, you just go to Foot Locker and rebuy them. Like it's the same thing. I
haven't been to a shoe store in a minute, dude. Honestly, actually.
Well, look at you privileged bitch. I'm just saying.
I went to where'd I go? It was like I don't know. It's like some place that I was in a store at once, but dude, yeah, running shoes for sure, dude.
Every time I've tried to buy clothes off of Amazon, it's like the fucking sleeve is sewn up here, and like, you know, it's just like, this sucks. This is not how I'm supposed to look in clothes, and it's just.
It's all good. It's all good, bro.
No, I love that it works for you, but I hate that it works for you.
If it's their Amazon basic stuff has gotten better, and what I've found is, you just kind of have to just like a lot of online things.
You don't want Amazon Basics to be your brand.
Honestly,
do not
these days. I don't
want Amazon Basics to be your brand. Repeat it back to me.
You don't want Amazon Basics brand to be your brand, but I like wearing them.
There we go. We're gonna knock you out of that. All right, we're gonna knock you out of that because you can soar so much fucking higher than letting Jeff Bezos put fucking threads on your back. All right.
I mean, as of right now, it's like t-shirt. I'm kind of looking for t-shirts. That's kind of been. I'm due for like my annual like re-up on new t-shirts, but
I get my tees from Tog.
Okay.
Tog.
Goodfellow.
The Goodfellow brand is good. Yes.
Actually, I have a few of their. I have a few of their things too as well. So.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad.
And number 1, I've got a vinyl.
Ooh, whoa! Okay.
I would love, and I can't believe I don't have this. I was walking around listening to this album the other day. I was like, I don't have this on vinyl. Johnny Cash, American Recordings 4, The Man Comes Around. And it's the one with Hurt. So it's the last record he released before he passed away. And it's everyone thinks about Hurt, but there's so many good songs on this record.
Yeah.
You know, it opens with The Man Comes Around, which is a great song. It's got Give My Love to Rose. It's got I Hung My Head. It's got, I believe, Personal Jesus is on that one. It ends with We'll Meet Again. Ooh. Like, think about that. His last record before he dies, and the last song is We'll Meet Again. And then there's all these voices that join him. All these, like, I think his daughter's on that track. All these different, you know, guests are on this track. And then everyone's We'll Meet Again. I cry, I weep. It's beautiful. Anyway, I love that record.
I was gonna ask you, is there a particular like set for it, or like a special edition, or is it just the record itself? Or?
I think it's just the record, but it's a double record. And it is like maybe it's out of print because on Amazon it is pricey. I don't know. I haven't looked on Discogs. I gotta check it on Discogs, but it's like I want to say like $80 on Amazon.
Yeah, that's up there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that though. I love how we have vinyl on, like vinyl and video
games. Oh, we have to.
The things.
To. Yeah, I really want to play Miles Morales, but I've made a deal with myself until I finish whatever I'm writing. I think it's a book. I think it's a novel. But until I finish that, I'm not playing. I'm not jumping into a new video game.
I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
I pulled up Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 just recently, and I feel like I don't think I beat it when I put it down, but yeah, I've been still trying to attack that game, but I'm like literally like, I don't know, 95% done with the game.
You should finish it. You should absolutely finish it.
And I'm excited because I've heard a lot of great things about the game and how it kind of finishes, and it's just
the story's great.
It's so much fun though, man. I think that's probably why I'm so interested in getting the Miles Morales game, is even if it is a different character and maybe some of the same kind of stuff, but like I think it's just that sensation of like swinging and like battling and the combos and all that kind of stuff, and like Miles Morales I think has like some cool like powers and stuff like that. So I'm stoked to try that out. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I like it. These are good lists. These are good things.
Very good stuff, dudes. good things, everyone.
Yeah. Good things. Jonathan.
Yes. What's up?
Do you have anything you'd like to share with our dear, sweet, lovely imaginary audience this week?
I guess a little shout out. We went to a place called 47 in Hills in South City, in South San Francisco, and we actually met for a beer there with my dad, and they're doing outside seating, and it's a really cool kind of brewery in this kind of industrial side of South San Francisco, and it was really cool because we actually met the I guess the owner of the place at one point, and he was kind of explained to us that he used to work for the Gordon Biersch brewery, and he kind of was inspired to make some beer from there, and it was just really interesting, and it's been a minute since I've been in a brewery since this whole pandemic stuff, so it was just nice, and a good chance to catch up, and I think that was a cool place to be at, and I'm excited to maybe next time I go back up there, maybe grab a beer from there again. So, and they do beers. They do like their beers to go as well. So you can purchase like a 6-pack or something there as well. So shout out to 47.
Love that.
Hills. But that's my share for this week. Just kind of a place we went to, and I thought that was really, really fun. So yeah.
Hell yeah, I like it. It was a good place.
What do you got this week, Joey? What do you got to share?
So my buddy Noah was in town with his wife Jackie, and they brought 2 friends along, and their friends had a kid. And they are living in Pacific Grove, so they're coming up to San Francisco just for the day. And he hits me up and he goes, "So the 7-year-old with us All he wants is a burger. I told him we're going to get the best burger in the world. And there's actually a man named Joey Bag of Burgers. And he's like so excited to meet Joey Bag of Burgers. He sends me like a video of the kid like Joey Bag of Burgers, like singing and everything. He's like, so here's the deal. When we get there, pretend that you don't know us, and he's gonna come up and like ask for your autograph and things like that. So, and then we're like, well, would you like to join us? And so everyone sat with, it was very cute. It was very funny. Yeah, I'm now Joey Bag of Burgers, man. And the kid was like, what's your middle name? I was like, Cheese. But yeah, so that was fun. That was good times.
That's cool. I'm glad you got to see your friend Noah, man, because you guys were working together, but also hanging out up in Monterey when you were staying.
He was my next door neighbor. We went through it, man.
Dude. Yeah. Dude,
yeah.
That's awesome, man. Now I want to
good times.
You're implanting that seed of like, man.
That Joe's Burger, baby.
I know, man. That's the burger to go to.
It really is. It really is. It's yeah. So there we go. I'm just taking a picture of our lists here.
Our lists today.
Yes. It's fun. It's fun to be back. I've missed you.
I know, dude.
It was missed our show.
It was nice seeing. Honestly, it was nice seeing you, Joey. This last week.
It was nice cuddling. Yeah.
It was nice cuddling so deeply in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's. I mean, I don't know who's watching, but Joey and I grew up together, and even when I moved out here, that was really hard to. And
yeah.
I always love coming back home and I'm glad we still have the band and we're still really I feel like we're even more invigorated than before. We're really passionate about like putting out music and we want to get together more often and record some songs. So I just want to say thank you, Joey. I mean, I'm really happy that I got to see you, bro. And
same.
Hopefully many more.
Same. On Channel 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was great. It was so much fun. We're gonna record more music. That will happen.
Dude. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm so happy.
For everyone to hear this one. So we're working on. We're brewing.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Jonathan, where can we find more of your work on the internet this week, my friend?
You guys can find me on Instagram at SeanDayMusic and on my website, SeanDayMusic.net. Joey, where can we find you on the net these days?
You can check me out on Twitter at Joey Prodi and on my website, joeyprodiscripts.com. You can check out the show at TOPFIDE5POD on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube at gmail.com, and on Facebook at Top 5 Podcast. We're on Apple Music, Google Play, and SoundCloud, so please give us a like, give us a listen, give us a follow, give us your love, and we will give you
all the holiday loves in return, everyone.
All the holidays loves in return. Until next time, I'm Joey Prodi.
And I'm Sean Day.
Thanks for listening.